My ranch is my sanctuary. We're talking thousands of acres of pure, untouched wilderness, miles from the nearest town. It's a place where the only sounds you hear are the wind in the pines and the call of an eagle overhead. I bought this land for one reason: peace. I wanted to escape the noise, the regulations, and the constant meddling of city life. The property line is clearly marked with sturdy fences and dozens of no trespassing signs. It's not just for my privacy. A good chunk of my land borders a federally protected bear conservation zone. The signs aren't suggestions, they're serious warnings. I love my solitude, and I've never had a problem with neighbors. That is, until the luxury housing development went up on the other side of the valley. Suddenly, I had neighbors who thought their manicured lawns and strict homeowners association rules should apply to everyone, including me. And that's how I met Karen. I was out mending a fence line one afternoon when I saw her, a woman in pristine white tennis shoes and designer sunglasses, marching up my private dirt road like she owned the place. She bypassed at least 3 no trespassing signs to get to me. I stopped what I was doing and waited. You learn to be patient out here. She marched right up to me, hands on her hips, and didn't even bother with a hello. Her first words were, "You need to do something about this mess." I looked around at the pristine forest, the wildflowers, the natural landscape I'd worked so hard to preserve. "Mess?" I asked, genuinely confused. She gestured wildly at the surrounding woods. "Yes, this. The overgrown weeds, the deadfall, the uncut grass. It's an eyesore, and it's bringing down our property values. The HOA has very specific landscaping requirements, and you are in clear violation." I took a slow breath and leaned against my fence post. "Ma'am," I said, keeping my voice as calm as I could, "with all due respect, my ranch is not, and has never been, a part of your HOA. You're also trespassing on private property." She just scoffed, a sharp, dismissive sound that echoed unpleasantly in the quiet air. "Don't be ridiculous," she snapped. "These rules are for the good of the entire community. We can't have your wilderness, ruining our carefully curated aesthetic." I tried again, "Ma'am, you need to leave. This isn't just about property lines. This area is dangerous. We have a lot of wildlife, big wildlife. That fence over there," I pointed towards the heavy-duty fence marking the edge of the conservation area, "is the only thing separating us from a bear sanctuary." Her eyes widened, not with fear, but with outrage. "Bears? You have bears? That's completely unacceptable. That's a massive safety violation. I'm going to have the HOA board fine you into oblivion for this." She turned and started stomping away from me, but not back the way she came. Instead, she headed directly toward the conservation zone fence, pulling out her phone, probably to take pictures as evidence. I called out, my voice much sharper this time. "Hey, do not go over there. Get back here right now." She just waved a dismissive hand over her shoulder. "I'm documenting this hazard. You can't intimidate me," she yelled back, her voice shrill. She was so focused on her phone and her self-righteous anger that she did UNC what I saw. Just on the other side of the fence, the underbrush rustled violently. A massive shape rose from the shadows. It was a grizzly, and not just any grizzly. This was a huge male ID nicknamed the Warden, because he patrolled this fence line like it was his job. He was enormous, easily over 700 pounds, a mountain of muscle and fur. He stood up on his hind legs to get a better look at the noisy intruder, his head swiveling, his nostrils flaring as he took in her scent. Karen finally looked up from her phone, her rant about property values dying in her throat. She froze. The color drained from her face. All the entitlement, all the HOA-fueled authority just evaporated. She was face to face with a creature that didn't care about rules, aesthetics, or property values. The Warden dropped back to all fours and let out a low, guttural huff. It wasn't an aggressive roar, but a clear, unmistakable warning. "You are in my space. Leave." The air grew thick with tension. It was just her, the bear, and a whole lot of silent forest that suddenly felt very, very menacing. For a moment, she just stood there, paralyzed, a statue of pure terror. I moved quickly, but calmly, unclipping the canister of bear spray from my belt. I raised my voice, making it deep and firm, not yelling, but projecting authority. "Hey, bear, go on now, get out of here." The Warden's ears twitched. He looked from Karen to me, processing the situation. I took a few steps forward, making myself look bigger. The bear gave one last snort, as if to say, "Fine, you win this time," and then turned and ambled back into the dense woods, disappearing as quickly as he had appeared. The second the bear was gone, Karen's paralysis broke. She let out a choked sob and scrambled backward, tripping over her own feet and landing hard on the ground. She didn't even bother to get up properly. She just crab-walked backward, kicking up dirt, before finally getting to her feet and sprinting back down the road, her pristine white shoes now caked in mud. She didn't look back once. I never saw her on my property again. The HOA never sent me another letter. Word must have gotten around. Sometimes the best security system isn't a camera or an alarm. It's a 700-pound grizzly who doesn't like his afternoon nap being disturbed. And I have to say, I've never enjoyed my peace and quiet more. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more stories from the ranch.